Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Hey there, and happy Friday to you. I'm Tre Tailor, and you are watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. An innovative approach to connecting the community, church, and healthcare is being launched by Trinity Baptist Church this weekend. We'll talk to Nikisha King about the Project Tech and Evidation launch going on this weekend. Plus, the South Carolina chapter of the NAACP will commemorate the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. with a virtual event this year. President Brenda Murphy joins us with all of the details. President Murphy, thank you so much for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thank you for allowing me this opportunity.
Absolutely. We'll talk to you in just a little bit. Look forward to hearing all the details, that and more coming up next on Coping with COVID. But first, your COVID community updates. Legendary actor Sidney Poitier has died. The actor who made history in 1964 as the first African-American to win the Oscar for Best Lead Performer for the movie Lilies of the Field passed in his native Bahamas. The groundbreaking performer was the first African-American groundbreaking performer was the first African-American to break out of portraying a stereotypical servant or entertainer on film. In addition to his award-winning acting career, he also directed 9 movies and was presented the Honorary Academy Award in 2001 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2009. Sentencing is being held today for the 3 men convicted of killing Ahmaud Arbery, the black man who was slain while jogging in a Georgia neighborhood. Now, since the judge is privy to information the jurors do not have, they will not be involved in the sentencing. All 3 men face life in prison, but the question is if they'll be eligible for parole. And almost 40 Bed Bath & Beyond stores will close this week. The now 200-store chain announced plans 2 years ago that they would revamp the brand with renovations and private labels. All of the stores in the Carolinas will remain open. 2 stores in Georgia and several other states, as you can see on the screen, will close. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing, vaccinations, and flu vaccinations also in and around South Carolina. Visit scdheck.gov for more information. Now, if you are a veteran, the VA is handling all COVID vaccinations for veterans. So please contact the VA for more information on that. You can see the information on the screen. Kroger pharmacies are among the retailers that are offering COVID vaccinations. You can see the information on the screen. CVS is also offering vaccinations at the standalone locations as well as those located in Target stores. Walgreens is another retailer that is offering COVID vaccines, and this is for children as well as teenagers and adults. You can see that information on the screen. Brooklyn Baptist Church has partnered with the Lexington Medical Center to provide a vaccine clinic open every day of the week. You can see that information for more information. Now, you can also get your vaccine at the Comet Bus System at the main location at the corner of Sumter and Laurel Streets. And if you need a ride to get your vaccine, you don't have to miss your shot. You can get a free ride on the Comet to get your COVID vaccination. Again, that information is on the screen. Several several pieces of financial information are available. Get Set Up, you can see that. If you are a senior or someone having some technology challenges, Get Set Up is providing free assistance for seniors and more if you need help setting up your vaccine appointment. Plus, FEMA is continuing their COVID funeral reimbursement recommendations. If you lost a loved one due to COVID, please contact FEMA to see if you are eligible for a reimbursement. The South Carolina Bar Association at SC Legal Services has a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Lexington County has a bill assistance program. SC Housing and Dominion Energy has an assistance program for rent and utilities. And SC Housing has a frontline workers home buying assistance program. Now, the other thing, a lot of other things going on. Want to remind you about SC Hopes. If you or someone you know is having a challenge coping with COVID, the South Carolina Department of Mental Health has a 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week helpline called SC Hopes. You can see that information on the screen. Please use the information and share the information to someone who may need it. The City of Columbia is holding their annual MLK food drive in conjunction with Harvest Hope Food Bank. You can drop off any non-perishable food items through Monday, January 17th. You can call Columbia Parks and Recreation at 545-3100. Finally, SCDHEC is issuing free radon testing kits. Radon Action Month is this month, and if you need a free radon kit for your home, you can call the number on the screen. It's a 1-800-767, I think that's 3336, or stop by DHEC for more information. Now, all of this information that we've told you about, vaccinations, testing, jobs, and more, will be available throughout the show. Scrolling at the bottom of the screen, you can see the scroll right there now. So please check out the scroll and post and share this information so we can get the message to the masses. You're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. I'm Tre Tailor, and we are streaming live on the Telemed production page on Facebook. Please go over there, hit like and share and follow. Not only will you be able to watch Coping with COVID Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you'll be able to get all of your COVID-related updates. So much great information on the page. We're also streaming live on YouTube. Hello to all of you YouTubers. Thank you so much for watching. We want you to hit the subscribe button. And listen, if you want to watch past episodes, segments of Coping with COVID, all of the episodes are located right there on the Coping with COVID Tre Tailor YouTube page. We also have a presence on Instagram and on Twitter. So thank you so much once again for joining us on Coping with COVID. So listen, the MLK festivities are going on this month in commemoration of the life and legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And the South Carolina NAACP is continuing to lead those efforts in South Carolina. President Brenda Murphy joins us now to tell us about their commemoration and a change this year. President Murphy, thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
It's my pleasure to be here.
Well, we're so glad that you're here, and so glad too that despite the variant and the pandemic, that you all have decided to continue your King Day at the Dome, which is a historic event all over, throughout South Carolina, throughout the country. Tell us about the festivities this year, because like many events, you guys are going virtual.
Yes, we are. This is the second year. Last year was also virtual. So because of the uptick in the virus, the numbers are increasing. We decided that we would again have a virtual meeting this year.
All right.
The event is on January the 17th. It will begin at 10 a.m. And we have several, our national representatives that will be a part of our program this year. Our national chairman of the board, Mr. Leon Russell. He's the chair of the NAACP National Board of Directors. He's our keynote speaker.
Mhm.
And our president and CEO will also be present, President Johnson. And we we also have a request that just came in. Our national vice chair wants to also be a part of our program, so we are adding her to the program. So it's good to have those national representatives here. They can support what we need to do and what we are doing here in South Carolina. So we are very pleased to have them as a part of the program.
Absolutely. So, how can people join and participate in the virtual celebration?
Let me just say that we would like for as many individuals as possible to join us on that day. It will be on Zoom, as well as we will have our Facebook also will be used for individuals to be able to be a part of the program. And there is on our website, just go to our website, SC NACCP, and you will be able to click on, there's a copy of our save the date. Just click on to that. You will be able to access the program by just clicking onto either the Zoom or the Facebook um, button.
Okay, so people can log on to the NAACP website. They can
Mhm.
access your page on Zoom, and that's how they can participate in the King Day at the Dome.
They can. And we are sending the message throughout the state. So there will be other opportunities where they'll be able to receive information from their branches and their local communities regarding how to log on for the program on that day.
Now, the King Day at the Dome is usually, like I said, such an amazing event. And I see that you have several speakers. What about entertainment? Is there any entertainment that will be involved in the virtual King Day at the Dome?
Yeah, we will. Yes, we do plan to have some entertainment. We'll have our musical selections this year.
Hmm.
And we are planning to involve some of the colleges in terms of their choirs. So we will have them to do musical selections for us. We have, and I'm proud to say this, a number of college chapters that have NAACP chapters,
Hmm.
the historically Black colleges. So we try to invite them and ask them to participate as well. Benedict College, Allen University, Claflin, and I know Claflin will be participating this year, as well as South Carolina State, Clinton College. You know, our youth and college division is very active, and they participate also in the event.
That is great. I was just thinking when you were talking about all the technology you were using, I was thinking in my head, well, I hope they're, utilizing these young people who know all about technology, to help put this together because that is obviously a great way to involve and engage, the young people in
Yes,
the King Day at the Dome event.
that's right. Yeah, that is correct. That
Yeah.
is correct.
So, 10 a.m. January 17th, King Day at the
Mhm.
Dome goes virtual again this year. And if you want more information, you can certainly visit the NAACP website or any of their social media pages. Anything else, President Murphy, that is going on upcoming that the NAACP is working on?
Well, we've been actively engaged in the redistricting process,
Yes.
and that began in April. It's very involved because it's not only looking at statewide lines, but also the county councils, the city councils, the school districts. So there was an effort this year to really include those people at the grassroots level. So we've done a lot of training with individuals in the community to prepare them to be involved in their communities as they draw lines
Hmm.
for their school districts, their county council, their city council. And so that's been very, very involved in terms of uh, we've been very busy, very, very busy with that.
Yeah.
But I am pleased to say that I think our communities are much more prepared this go round in terms of knowing the need for involvement and why there is a need for involvement.
That's great to know. I mean, that was such a is not was is such a big issue in our state and our country, particularly in our state.
Yes.
So it's good to know the NAACP, as always, is continuing the advocacy in that area. Anything else coming up, maybe for Black History Month, or things we can look forward to this spring
Uh,
and summer?
yes, we will have a Black History Month, but most of the units, you will see the branches throughout the states that will host their own Black History programs. Generally, the state conference, because we are right here in the Columbia area, we will join the Columbia branch in terms of their celebration. But we have activities scheduled throughout the month. It's a very busy time for us. And in spite of COVID, the business of the NAACP continues.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so we cannot stop. We
yeah,
cannot. As a matter of fact, I did not mention our theme, which was why we can't wait. Um, it's critical. We must now, more than several years ago, go about the business of the NAACP.
yeah, yeah. Tell me, President Murphy, what are the advantages at this point of joining, being a member, participating in, engaging in the oldest civil rights organization, the
You're
NAACP?
absolutely right. It is the oldest, the biggest, and the baddest, and it continues to be. Okay. Why do we need to be involved? Why do we need to be a member? I'm glad you asked that question because sometimes individuals will say, "Well, what does the NAACP
Right,
mean?"
right,
Uh, and I say to them, you know, there's a lot that we need to be concerned about, and we talk about some of those issues, but there's nothing like empowering the communities to be able to address issues in their communities. So we, as the NAACP, the state conference, and I'll address it from that standpoint, work very closely with the branches in terms of providing the resources that they may need. It may be technical, it may be just maybe advice, training, whatever there is needed to empower them in order to be able to empower the communities to address issues in their communities. Um, I say to individuals, you you are part of the NAACP. You should be. If you're not a member, we need as many individuals engaged, taking care, making sure that our rights are maintained, not minimized, and it's just not going to the NAACP to get them to fix it. It's
right.
being involved in that process.
Yeah, yeah. And you need everyone engaged. And I would imagine, everybody has different resources, different skill sets. So I think
Mhm.
it takes everyone to come together with what they have to make a change. It's so easy to talk about doing something, but it's another thing to not only move forward with it, but then to join in with other people
That's
who are
right.
like-minded to get some
That's
things
right.
done.
That's
Yeah.
that's very true.
Yeah. Tell us
Very.
about membership for the NAACP, the youth chapters and the adult chapters.
We have chapters throughout all 46 counties, as I mentioned. We encourage membership. You can either join the branches, usually have membership drives. They are done at churches, they are done at other events, but you can also go online and join. The membership fee is $30 a year, or you can pay $750 and not worry about having to pay anymore, at least at the civil life level. And many people do that
Hmm.
um, because when you look at that $30 a year over a number of years, it could add up to quite a bit. So
Yeah.
that there are options in terms of life membership that includes civil life all the way up to diamond life. So whatever your preference is, and when you look at that, the funds is used. The membership is the lifeblood of the NAACP. So we're always recruiting, and the funds that go to national, are for a good reason.
Hmm.
We need funds in order to be able to have the resources that we need to have, and it's a business. It's
Yeah,
an organization, but it's a business. So it takes some funds to be able to continue to
yeah.
provide the service that we do.
Awesome. And if people want more information about membership or about the NAACP, they can go to the website. We've got that information on the screen. And of course, President Murphy, and I know you want to remind people about the event January 17th, King Day at the Dome. Always such a great event. And it's going to be just as good. Maybe not as much camaraderie, but maybe we don't need as much with the variant going on.
Yes, yes,
But
yes.
it's going to be just as great virtually as it was in person. January
Yes.
17th, you can visit the NAACP website or visit their social media, particularly their Facebook page, to join online and sing, celebrate for this year's King Day at the Dome. Brenda Murphy, president of the South Carolina chapter of the NAACP, thank you so much, not only for coming on and sharing with us about the NAACP, but all that you and the organization and each state and student chapter do to continue the advocacy that we need, not only for people of color, but for all people. We appreciate
All
it.
people. That's correct.
Yeah.
Our goal is to work to maintain the rights of all people. All
Yeah.
people.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. Thank you,
Thank
President
you.
Murphy. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anytime.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Once again, for more information on King Day at the Dome, you can visit the NAACP website or check out their social media. Coming up next, an innovative approach to connecting the community, church, and healthcare is being launched at Trinity Baptist Church this weekend. We'll talk to Nikisha King next about Project Tech and Evidation. That's next on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Aiken Cockrum. As Miss America, I know that taking care of yourself is important. Part of taking care of your health is knowing if you're at risk of type 2 diabetes. Prediabetes is serious and puts you at risk for developing type 2 diabetes. 90% of South Carolinians who have it don't know they have it. Visit inittogethersc.org. Take an online test to find out your risk and join a diabetes prevention program. Brought to you by the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina.
Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives, but when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
The Comet gives me a reliable source of transportation.
It's very convenient to me, and they have wonderful drivers.
It's clean, and it builds community. It's fun to meet people.
It makes me feel like really independent. It's just fun.
It's always going to be there, and it gets me everywhere I need to go.
We try to ride every single day. Comedy is our livelihood.
Visit Davis Tax Service today, 803-419-1001.
COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Thank you so much for joining us today. Please go over to the Tailor Made production page on Facebook. That's the home of Coping with COVID. Please like and share and follow so that not only you can get notifications as to when to watch Coping with COVID, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but also first Monday with a national comedian, George Wallace. We're also streaming live on the YouTube page. Please go over there and hit the subscribe button. Also, you can find past episodes of Coping with COVID. We also have a presence on Instagram and also on Twitter. Well, one local church, South Carolina church, is doing some innovative things, not only within their church, but they're partnering with an organization to really bridge the gap between healthcare and the community. Nakisha King joins us from First Baptist Church. She is with the Project Tech initiative. Hey, Nakisha, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you.
Hey, Trey, thank you for having me. So exciting to be doing this.
Oh, well, thank you so much. This is an exciting project that First Baptist Church has done. Tell me first, what is Project Tech?
So Project Tech is actually an extension of Trinity Educational Community Center.
And I said First Baptist. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And so we're a nonprofit outreach organization that was established in 2008. And you fast forward today, and our facility is a hub for the community, members of all ages and backgrounds, as well as local businesses and organizations.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So tell me how, when, and why did it come about? Why did you guys think this was needed?
In 2018, Project Tech, started providing services for enrichment. They decided they just wanted to bring something better to the community. So they brought forth the 4 pillars of the community, which I think are extremely important to find a balance. It's technology. So the tech is an acronym: technology, education, communication, and healthcare. And just wanted to engage and support the members of the community and utilizing technology tools and resources to really navigate all 4 corners of their life.
So how are you guys doing this? What types of programs and initiatives have you done in the past to kind of, link the community with your 4 pillars?
So we've offered a diverse range of educational opportunities, topics such as basic computer skills, real estate law, American Sign Language, Spanish, voters registration, heart health, and even line dancing.
Wow.
Yeah.
I also know, I was talking to Perry Oliver, who also works with you over there. And I know that you guys had an oratorical contest that you partnered with Benedict about to really help some young people in that community.
Oh, yes. And we're actually working on doing another one for the month of February. So please stay tuned to our website and social media pages that I'll put out later on that'll show this information, a couple of campaigns that we have that are coming up.
I love that the church is doing that. Trinity is in an area, it's really a neighborhood church, because of the area that it's located in. And, I was telling Perry and some of the folks over there the other day that I love going beyond the 4-wall ministry, because the church is so much more than Sunday and Wednesday and choir rehearsals and all of that.
It is. You have to make sure that, the people are feeling like they are able to sustain, coming to church every Sunday morning is wonderful, but it's hard for me to focus if my water's off. I don't know how my family is going to eat. So I love the fact that I'm helping an organization be able to not only help the community, but generations to come, especially with this event coming up. I'm excited about that because it's like I've never seen anything like this when it comes to Evidation and Project Tech collaborating. And Evidation, their mission is to enable and empower everyone to participate in better healthcare and health outcomes. So they have, their app, and you're able to track your healthcare journey. And Project Tech is collaborating with them to make this come to life.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you about this new initiative with Evidation. So how did this come about, the Evidation collaboration with the healthcare?
It was a long relationship that they had actually started over this course of a couple of months, and I came in December on as marketing, and I just saw this come off the ground, and so much legwork had been done early on, but to build the Evidation in their platform and the app that they have that they're going to actually introduce on this particular day, where members are able to sign up and track their healthcare journey, get points, and even donate funds back to Project Tech as the organization. So this is going to be a very exciting event, and people are able to register both virtually and in person.
So before we get to the event, which is this Saturday, so
Yeah.
tell us a little bit about Evidation. I know you said that people can kind of engage with, track their healthcare through the app, through the website. Tell us a little bit more about that.
So they built a foundation of user privacy and control over permissional healthcare data. I'm looking at my notes, and
Oh, yeah.
they have such a great achievement platform that is over a million individuals who are generating data for their speed when it comes to their healthcare. And they partner with companies all around the world to understand diseases in clinic and outside of the clinical walls. So they are really bringing something out when it comes to people who are maybe elderly or are not computer savvy, and everything is online these days. So being able to track your healthcare journey, and so you can explain that to your doctor, is such a paramount and important part of the journey. So I love the fact that Project Tech, our health side, is partnering with Evidation to make this come to life.
Yeah, that's good. And then the launch is actually this Saturday. So tell us what people
Yeah.
can expect this Saturday.
So it's going to be this Saturday from 1 to 3 at Trinity Baptist Church, and the address is 2523 Richland Street in Columbia. And you can actually register still. You can go to our website or go to our social media pages and register online, because we'll have a virtual audience, and the capacity is 500 for virtual, and then in person 100. And we're going to be, of course, abiding by the COVID rules and regulations, but we have vendors that are coming out. Evidation is going to actually be there to present, and Project Tech will be presenting some of our upcoming campaigns and goals. We have a diabetes support group, which I think is awesome,
That's great.
because it engages both a person who has diabetes as well as their caregivers and their support system. And this is just one of many. I don't want to give it all out, but we're going to have some great information and insight for those who are caregivers, who may have some health issues, or just want to learn more about what's going on in the community for support.
Who was this for, Nikisha? Who should come to this event?
This is for everyone, 8 to 100. We actually, when the registration, we have our numbers. What is Gen X to Gen Z. We're going all the way around, because we want all generations, all races, creeds, colors. We want them to come because they can all benefit from this. So this is for everyone. Even if you yourself can't see yourself getting something from this, you can come and get some information for somebody else.
Right. So the event is this Saturday, as you said, from 1 until 3 at Trinity. People can come in person. Food will be there. Vendors.
Food will be served. Vendors. Do register. We want everyone to register so we are able to keep our numbers down up under 100, because we want to be very safe and prepare. And make sure you have your masks. And if you aren't able to come in person, you can still register online.
Right. But as you said, this is a great opportunity for people to find out exactly what Evidation is about, the Project Tech collaboration, how they can find out more about how to make themselves better physically, mentally, emotionally. It's whole healthcare. And as you said, I love that they're giving you resources and support to help you in your healthcare journey. And people can find out all about it this Saturday from 1 until 3 at Trinity Baptist Church. As Nikisha said, you can also register to check it out virtually. And if people want more information, give us the website, and we're going to put it up on the screen too.
So yes, projecttech.org is where they can go, and they can also find Project Tech SC on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, to go like all our pages and share, and you'll see the save the date information as well as the link to register for the event.
All right. For more
Yes.
information on the Project Tech Evidation collaboration and the event that's going
Yes.
on this Saturday, please follow the links, go to the website and register. This can be the year that you really take your health by the bullhorn and do the best thing. And the good thing about it is, as Nakisha said, you get some help to help you along the way. And
Yes.
Saturday could be the beginning of that.
And
Nakisha,
you're going to be there too, Trey,
I
right?
am going to be there.
I'm
I am going to
excited.
be there. I am excited.
Yes.
So thank you guys so much for the opportunity, for Perry Oliver for inviting me. Bambi Gaddis is also going to be there speaking. So
Yes.
it is going to be an amazing day. And I can't wait to see you, Nakisha, and every
Yeah.
one of you there. So again, you
Right.
see the information on the screen. Please be sure to register. You can join the event in person or online. For more information, the information is on the screen. Nakisha, thank you so much for
Thank you for
joining us.
having
And
me.
thank you for all the great work you guys are doing over there at Trinity. This Project Tech initiative is really great. It's groundbreaking. And I'm so excited, like I said, about what you guys are doing through the church for the community. That's big, girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's big.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
And it's free and open
And
to the
it's
public.
free. Yes, that's right. It is absolutely free. Everything
Yeah.
is free. The food, the information, everything is free.
Everything is free.
Thank you, Nakisha. Appreciate
Thank you for
that.
having me. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you once again for watching. Don't forget that Project Tech and Evidation launch is tomorrow at Trinity Baptist Church in Columbia, South Carolina. You can see that information on the screen. It's for everybody, not just people in that community. Hey, coming up next Wednesday, Wellness Wednesday on Coping with COVID, we're going to talk with the folks with the American Red Cross. It's National Blood Donor Month. They're going to tell us why blood donations are so important right now and what you can do to be a blood donor. Thursday, No Justice, No Peace with the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office. Attorney Byron Gibson joins us. And then we're going to go to Haiku Coffee Shop in Columbia. Monifa Hilton will tell us about her new venture and her collaboration with another business. And then we'll talk to Savannah Wilborn with the SBA, who will help navigate us through small business information. If you want to launch a small business, if this is the right time to do it, and what you need to do as far as small businesses and collaborations. All that and more coming up next week on Coping with COVID. Listen, if you have a story or initiative that could help someone cope with COVID, please email booking@copingwithtreitailor.com. If you have a product or service that can help someone cope with COVID, email copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor of Coping with COVID, just like all of our sponsors. In It Together SC, the Diabetes Action Council of South Carolina, Javis Tax Services, Palmetto Painting Services, the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office, Palmetto Media Connections, the Comet Bus System, Agape Counseling and Training Services, Black Expo, Black Pages, and Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. I've been reading Conversations with God this year. It's a great book from Cheryl Mims Williams. She's with Agape Counseling and Training Services, one of our sponsors. I used to read it a lot before, and then I got into Jesus Calling, but I'm starting to get back into Conversations with God. And it's so good, I think, just to have several different types of journals and spiritual upliftments to have. Today, this says, I created all things and I created you. I know all about you. You have been faithful, and I am going to make you ruler over many. Your time has come to reap and grow. You have sown a long time. Now it's time for you to reap. This is your time. God says, I love you, my child. I will never leave you or forsake you. Simply keep your mind stayed on me, even though I know you don't always feel my presence or know that I am here. I will keep you in perfect peace. I don't expect you to be perfect. I just want you to be in perfect peace. That peace that you can only get through me. Trust me and let me do my work, because that's where you'll find your perfect peace. This is Conversations with God from Cheryl Mims Williams with Agape Counseling and Training Center. Such a beautiful devotional for every day of your life. Hey, I'm Tre Tailor. Thank you again so much for watching Coping with COVID. Until the next time, we wish you peace and abundant blessings. Take care. Stay well. God bless. Get your vaccine and your booster shot. And don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. Have a great weekend.
Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC, healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.